So today we're doing a deconstructed trotter, braised, taken apart, crisp all the bits, roll them together with spice, breadcrumb, Dijon, served on sauce gribiche, and finished with a little pickled carrot.
We also use something that I pulled from the south, kind of our barbecue sauce from eastern North Carolina, which is apple cider vinegar, red pepper flakes, black pepper, salt, pepper, and a little pinch of sugar. And that's it. It's served with pickled carrots and a little tangle of greens. We feel that it kind of marries what we try to do as far as French cuisine, plus my background coming from the South as well. So it's kind of the South meets France, and they're holding hands. Quite frankly, I haven't made it in a long time, and I wanted some.
So I was walking around and trying to find a white and a red that complemented the dish, and I feel like, for me personally, and taste buds are all different, I love the Naosha from Greece. I love the one from Slovenia, which is based on ferment. Our neighbor, the Cristom Viognier, and the La Bernardin Chateauneuf de Pape Rouge from Chapoutier.
I'm drinking Baykeeper Brut Rosé with the Simone's Pig Trotter. Really great pairing. The trotter is crunchy and rich. The Brut Rosé from Baykeeper Simone, all stainless steel, mostly Chardonnay, is delicious with it, very crisp and refreshing.
Enjoying a glass of wine from Santorini by Sigalis is the winemaker. This is their 100% Assyrtiko. It is a crisp, refreshing, delicious spring summer wine that I've paired with this sardine crostini from Ristorante Morini. This is a perfect pairing with the bright, lively acidity from the wine, pairing with the salty brininess from the sardines.
We get the fresh sardines in from Greece every Thursday. So it just happened to work that this event's on a Thursday, so that's why we did it. Take the bones out, take the fillets. We salt them for 10 minutes with sea salt. Then we rinse them off and then put them into white wine vinegar for 10 minutes.
With the tasting the crunchy coconut rice with kaffir lime sausage and baby iceberg lettuce. It's a very interesting dish. It has a lot of texture with the crunchiness with the rice, and also it has heat and coconut, a little bit of sweetness. So the wine I'm thinking of pairing with this particular dish today is the Eroica Riesling from Dr. Lawson from Washington State. It has just the right amount of residual sugar. It has a little touch of sweetness and good acidity to lift the flavors that's in the dish. And a little hint of sweetness balances out the heat, melts really well with the sweetness of the coconut, and the richness of the Riesling goes really well with the crunchiness texture of the rice.
Found a perfect pairing of a Chenin Blanc, my favorite grape. This is Domaine de Beaumard. It's grown in schist and sands. It's got great minerality, and I paired it with a coconut rice ball from Kye-Yo. The combination of kaffir lime, spice, coconut, and Thai flavors, perfect with a beautiful Chenin Blanc like the Beaumard.
Yes, and tofu roux. Tofu is an aged bean curd. It's aged and fermented bean curd. My mother would have served the aged bean curd or the century egg with bland food like congee or with tofu. But at the restaurant, the American part of it, I guess you could say, is that we're using ingredients that one would find, say, at the green market. An ingredient that we were finding a lot of in the winter was beets. So serving the pungent Chinese ingredient with the American beets really sort of symbolizes what we do.
Having the bean curd, having more earthy flavors, I feel champagne's more appropriate for the earthy complement, red fruit, and then cleansing my palate each time with the bubbles. So I found there's great retention of flavor with the Rosé Baykeeper Simone champagne and this dish.
Tonight we brought black eyed pea and squash salad with some local squid. It's finished with yogurt, tahini, and a little bit of fresh cilantro. And the dish is inspired by the island of Minorca and a dish that I had there several years ago.
Alex and I have very different taste when it comes to wines, I think. I think we narrowed down from the event on two. My favorite is Idlewild. And then she loves a Greek wine. She's lately a little bit more adventurous than I am with her whites. But it goes again to the same vein of the dish, very fresh in style. Something that has a little bit of texture, but that is not over tannin, no wood at the end, or overbodied. And so we wanted to keep it kind of light and fresh.
You need a little bit of that fruitiness that you get from Riesling. This is a totally dry Riesling, but you still have that great green apple and lemon fruit. It's going to go really nicely with the spice and the chicken, as well as the cilantro, because you get a lot of lime here.
Some of my favorite matches have been the pig trotters from Simone restaurant, which was such a beautifully balanced dish that you could almost do anything with it. I loved it with the sparkling Chenin Blanc from Domaine de Beaumar. I also loved it with that big, rich, earthy red from Juan Gil.
Scallop sashimi with bishisoa's form. Scallop is marinated in shio koji and lemon marinade, and it has a little lemon zest and chive and celery.
We'll pair this with an unusual grape variety, which not everyone knows. It is Kerner, a grape from Alto Adige, Italy, which is a cross between Riesling and Vernatsch. And the reason I chose this is because usually a scallop dish will go with so many racy white wines, but few of the people know Kerner.
A little more flat is okay, all right? And maybe a little is okay there too. It's like a minted pea puree essentially with buttermilk gel underneath, some dehydrated buttermilk on top with fresh spearmint.
This is the milk punch. Milk, fresh citrus, black pepper. You wouldn't know because it's all been clarified. It's lightly sweetened and finished with sparkling Vouvray, hence creating a black pepper milk punch soda.
All right, just tasted this dish, and it's absolutely stunning. I think it's an extraordinary explosion of flavors in your mouth. The mint, the texture, the fabric of the dish is just wonderful. And I have here a Schramsberg, and it's absolutely a perfect match as far as I can tell. The acidity, the bubbles, everything really puts it together very, very well for me. So, santé to that.
I have something different. I'm Aldo from Liberda. I went also with sparkling. I took Pile Carcemota Blanc de Blanc. So much leaner, much crisper, because this dish is so summerish inspired, clean, fresh, and I keep it that way. I keep it really clean.
Well, what does he know?
I don't know.